Howdy there. Welcome back. It's time for more West of Loathing. Yeehaw! So we trapped Duke Bovicus, and we cured ourselves of corruption. Now, there's some more locations that I haven't gotten, but I do want to save some things for you to enjoy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take care of the clowns. There is something that you can do that I wasn't aware of until I read it online. Let's see. Off to the side of the trail, you spot a little cluster of gin blossoms. Strange to see them growing so far away from Allison Road, which is their native habitat. Gin! But, you know how there are all these skeleton soldiers here? If you have the toy soldiers from Butterfield Ranch, you can place them here and deploy them in one of the options. Oh, deploy to Barnaby Bob's perfectly normal traveling circus. Put the toy skeletons around the little circus tent. Barnaby Bob's gonna get quite a surprise tomorrow. Heck yeah. Mischief. Mischief. Alright. Let's go back to Dirtwater. Hey. Your heart skips a beat as you spy a floating cow skull in the middle distance. Doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. Approach it. Bonk. The enemies in this area are really, really easy. Alright. Oh yeah, so, I'm close to the end of the main story. So what I want to do next will require a bit of prep. So before that, I'm going to be doing, after the Showdown in Frisco today, I'm going to be doing the DLC for this game. Woohoo! Yeah! First, let's see. Elegant hot dog. Hot dog, hot dog. Elegant hot dog. Alright. Maybe some of these. Show me your goods. Let's see. Speed by 9. Okay. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to make time pass. Sleep. Dream that you're looking into a mirror while fleeing from a left-handed hammer. Weirdly, your head turns into a dark secret. You wake up screaming. Oh God. Not again. Not again. Okay. Salt yourself. Okay. So let us eat some things. Do. Elegant doggin. A very big dog. Saucy doggin. Hello, Penny. It's okay, baby. Did you suddenly wake up? It's okay, little kitty. She's taking a nap next to me. She is a cutie. A cutie patootie. And I love her. I love her. Love the kitty. Sparkling. Let's see. All these are... Okay. All those are 3. Built blood. Just one more. Sure. Okay. Now we can go to check on the circus. See if the skeletons really did deploy there. Hehehe. Wow, the skeletons sure did a real number in this place. There's pretty much nothing left. Jeez. Whoa. This safe has cratered the ground as if thrown from a fair distance. Guess the skeletons brought explosives with them. The dial looks pretty complex and has weird squiggles instead of numbers. Fortunately, the impact knocked it wide open, so that doesn't matter. It contains a few scorched and blackened fragments of what you think might be eggshell, and a pretty nice pair of boots that seem undamaged. Barnaby Bob's burnished boots. Ooh, nice. Wonder why he kept them in his office safe. Hi, donkey. Alright, let's see. Okay. Hey, Beanie. He's okay, little kitty. I took care of the scary clowns for you. Oh, the clowns. Let's just go to Frisco. Oh, transponder. I'll take care of him. Do 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 do. Oh no, Gary! I'll save you, Gary. Hey, nailed it. Hooray. Alright. I'm on it. This fancy pants calls himself the Emperor, and he won't let us build our tracks up to the station. Can you see if you can talk some sense into him? I'm on it. Who the heck are you? I'm Emperor Norton. I'm in charge of this city, and you can't build any train tracks here without my permission. An emperor? Where's your crown then? As it happens, I lost my dang crown. Fool thing didn't fit right anyway. But without it, I can't issue any official permits. That means no rails for you. Unless, of course, you were to give me a new crown, a properly fitting one. Okay. No. I don't think I want to give you a crown. Sorry. Well, I guess that just tears it, don't it? So not only do you not get the permit, but also... He reaches into his pocket and grabs a handful of powder, which he throws in your face. Your eyes burn. Ha! Have a taste of my famous antivirus, sucker. Your vision goes all weird and you pass out. What was that? When you come to, Norton is gone and so is the train. Uh-oh. Oh no, my vision is weird. Okay, so there is a way to cure it. You go to Roy Bean's house. Ooh, pyrobobes. My vision is still weird. Do 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 do. Alright. Woohoo! Nailed it! Do 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 do. Gary, no! I'll avenge you, Gary. Hey. Nailed it. Alright. So the way to cure it is a oh, that's so weird. That's so weird. Hi. Howdy, Emi. Thanks again for helping me get back all my jelly beans. Don't mention it. Oh, this kind, that's for sure. So... do I have to talk to Smee and he has to tell me that it works? I just automatically knew. An ancient seaweed-draped skeleton is shambling toward you, hissing and moaning. Oh, huh. Guess we must be near the beach. Hiss. How do you determine where the desert stops and the beach begins? Hiss. I don't really know how to tell the difference between desert sand and beach sand. Warn them about diving safety. Oh, hey, did you remember to stop and decompress as you were walking out of the briny depths? Difference in pressure between the seafloor and the surface can be really dramatic, and bam! Most of the skeleton's joints explode, and it collapses into a heap of bones and rotten seaweed. Yeah, see? I warned you. Yep. Nice. Where'd the train go? That lunatic stole it. He drove it off somewhere into the desert. Norton's gone off the rails. He points to a set of deep ruts off to the side of the railroad tracks. You walk over to investigate, but you can't see it because of this weird hexagon thing your eyes are doing. You should probably get that checked out, boss. That Norton fella said something about an antivirus? Antivirus? Ah, antivirus. Maybe someone around here knows something about that. Yeah, probably. Weird. Okay. Now I'll try going to Roy Beans. What is it? Oh, what is it, Gary? Oh no, Gary is hearing this me saying antivirus. This is terrible. For real. Everything looks really weird. It's making me dizzy. Goblin doctors are using honey to curing a lot of bad sickness. Maybe needing a honey of power. Where do we find that? Oh, Roy Bean's special honey jelly bean having. That's one hell of a coincidence, but it's worth a shot. Let's get going. There we go. That's what I needed. Honey. Does this jelly bean really cost 6,000 meat? Well, normally it does, yes, but seeing as how you helped me out with them bandits and goblins, damn dirty hippies, let's call her 5. 5 meat? Really? Yeah, I reckon. Better buy it in a hurry before I change my mind. Buy it. Ooh, you hand over the meat. You almost feel bad because of the depths of the discount. Honey jelly bean. Okay. Eat it. You eat the jelly bean and your vision immediately clears. Modern medicine is really amazing. Wow. How amazing. Alright. You find a rough wooden cross stuck in the ground with the words, "Some jerk," carved in them. I guess it's a grave? Oh yeah, it's definitely a grave. Yay, free grave stuff. So silly. Alright. Okay. Whew. Follow the tracks. You jump onto Donkey's back and ride like the wind, following the railroad tracks back into the desert. When you finally catch up, you'll stand up on Donkey's saddle and leap onto the back of the train like a real badass, just barely catching the edge of the roof and pulling yourself up. Here's hoping you don't have to do that again. Your stuntman could have been killed. Looks like Gary decided not to join you, on account for not having a stuntman, so you're on your own until you get back to Frisco. Ooh. Atop the stolen train. Let's see. Is there anything useful in here? That end up. Ah, safe cracking isn't high enough. Climb back up. Feeling neither fair nor square. Take the train back by force. Alright. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. I've had enough for you. Well, you've kicked this whole Norton problem down the road a ways. I mean, down the train a ways. I mean, he ran a ways further down the roof of the train. Hooray! Oh good, somebody's built a rickety-ass bridge between these train cars. This is very safe and not panic-inducing at all. Let's see. Some bandits. These guys look angry and confused. Pretty sure this should be enough. Yeah. And I'm good. Dining car key. Okay. Whoa, mind the gap. Okay, I can unlock the door. Oh, nice flowers. Investigate. If you've never wanted anything more in your life than you want to lift up this dome and see what's under it, but you're not sure you can muster the amount of culinary expertise it requires to properly reveal a dish of such presumed quality. Do it. It's voila! Oh, it's just a cream pie. Shaving cream. What kind of lunatics are running the food service on this train? No good to eat, but it's very aerodynamic. Interesting. Okay, so I can't continue up that way. Throw the cream pie. Take that. Curses. Hey. Let's see. Maybe better read the note. I've hidden the key to the forward passenger car in my luggage to make it easier for me to murder everyone in the sleeper car. Sincerely, the train murderer. P.S. Come to the roof of the sleeper car in the next 55 minutes if you want a murdering. Without knowing which piece of luggage the key is in, there's nothing you can do. You open the door to the third passenger car compartment and find nobody inside. Since a note from the murderer said he was going to be on the roof of the train, that means he couldn't be in his passenger compartment. And since there's no one inside this passenger compartment, whoever the compartment belongs to can only, by process of elimination, be on the roof. Which means the person who rented this compartment must be the murderer. Probably. The only clue you find here is a luggage ticket, though. There's a number 3 on it. Ooh. Okay. Woo! Finally make it to the passenger car. One car back from the locomotive. Which may be confusing if you thought locomotive meant the entire train. So I could just say the engine, except that also refers to the engine itself. That is, the actual steam engine that makes the train go, and not just the frontmost car of the train. Anyway, you're in the passenger car. Suddenly, Norton clambers in the window. He must have dramatically clung to the side of the train in order to reveal at the last minute that he hadn't actually been defeated. Dang it! He runs into the frontmost car of the train and locks the door. What a jerk. Maybe you could get some of the passengers to help break down the door and arrest him? Or maybe you could just kick the door down and shoot him until he can't bother anybody anymore. Let's see what we can do. This professorial-looking guy is frowning at a sheet of paper and occasionally scribbling on it with a pencil, then erasing what he just wrote. Talk to him. Excuse me, can you help me with something? Sorry, I'm busy. Ask my wife, or my daughter. God knows she could do with something to keep her occupied. What are you working on? It's quite academic, so I'm sure you wouldn't understand. Try me. If you must know, I'm a scholar of foreign antiquities. I'm attempting to resolve this ancient conundrum for the Far East. He shows you a sheet of paper covered with little boxes, some of which have numbers in them. Solve it for him. That's a Sudoku. My little brother thinks they're for babies. What? Look, this box can't be a 3 or a 7 because you've got those there and there. So it has to be a 4. Which means it's 5 here and 9 here. And if that's a 9, then this can't be. So it's a 7 and this one's a 2. You quickly fill in the rest of the puzzle. Well, damn it, what fun is it if you just solve it for me? Sorry, will you help me break down the door to the engine and arrest the Emperor? Well, I guess I've got nothing better to do now. Cool. This woman just ignores you. This woman is focusing on her knitting and ignoring the general commotion. She must have been knitting the whole trip, because the scarf she's made could accommodate a whole marching band. Talk to her. Excuse me, ma'am? Whatever it is, I want no part of it. I keep myself to myself, and I have no desire to get involved, thank you very much. Come on, this is important. Crazy guy stole the train and I need help arresting him, or you'll never get to Frisco. I'm sure everything will sort itself out in the end. In the meantime, I have plenty of wool. I need to take a sip of tea. Alright, appeal to her pride. Ma'am, is that your daughter? Yes, she is. What about her? What would you like her memory of this absurdly long trade ride to be? That her mother was a hero who helped stop the bad guy? That she sat powerlessly, knitting while the menfolk did everything? What sort of role model would you prefer to be? That is tantamount to emotional extortion, young lady. It's your choice, ma'am. Fine. Okay, good. That's 2. This guy's totally franticking, which is a word I just made up that means ranting in a frantic panic. Everyone else is ignoring him as hard as they can. Talk to him. Hey, buddy, you okay? It's all a lie. We're never gonna get to Frisco. Frisco probably doesn't even exist. They've been testing to see how long we can survive on complimentary peanuts and bottled water. Now they're driving us out to the desert to some kind of government camp. They're gonna use our organs to fuel alien flying machines. Snap him out of it. Whap, whap. What? Oh, sorry. Guess I lost it for a second there. Feel better? He rubs his jaw. Well, yes and no. Listen, we're gonna get to Frisco, but first we gotta bust into the locomotive up front and arrest a crazy guy. I need some volunteers. Okay, I'm in. If I have to sit here doing nothing for much longer, I'll probably flip out again. Cool. This overweight man in a 3-piece suit and bowler hat is probably a banker or something. His eyes are closed and his posture is relaxed, but the clench of his jaw betrays his aggravation. Excuse me? Yes, what is it? Crazy jerk calling himself Emperor Norton hijacked the train, and I need volunteers to help me bust down the door and arrest him. I see. And will you help me? No, I'd really rather not. That sounds quite strenuous, perhaps even dangerous. Come on, please. No, I don't think so. I'm quite comfortable here and I prefer to avoid stress. Pretty please. Again, no, I'm supposed to avoid things that might raise my blood pressure. Pretty please with sugar on top? Sugar is one of those things. Pretty please with gravy on top? Gravy is another. Look, please, just leave me alone. Please, 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 please. No. Please, 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 please. No. Please, please, please. Stop that. Please. I said no. Stop asking. You're really getting on my nerves. Please, please, please. I'll stop asking if you say yes. No, damn it. Please, please, please. All right, God, fine, I help. Just leave me alone. Yeah! I wore him down. This lady is flipping through a book titled Birds of the Western Territory. Since most of the place is desert, it isn't a very long book. Talk to her. Excuse me, ma'am? Yes? The crazed psycho has taken over the train's engine car. I need volunteers to help break down the door and arrest him. Oh my, I certainly couldn't be of any help with that. I'm very conflict averse. What if I told you he hates birds and is determined to outlaw them from the territory after he seizes power? That's very sly, but I know you're only saying that because you saw the book I was reading. Yeah, you got me there. Any ideas? Any other ideas to convince me? Suddenly you hear a tapping at the passenger car window. What the? Russell! You open the window and your pet crow, Russell, flaps in and perches on your shoulder. Hey buddy, good to see you. Caw! Oh my gosh, what a beautiful crow. And he knows you? Oh sure, me and Russell go way back. Right buddy? Caw! I rescued him from a cat when he was only just out of the nest and raised him as a pet. I set him free when I left home recently. But what is he doing here? Has he been following you since then? No, probably just happened to be flying by and spotted me on the roof of the train and recognized me. Crows are crazy smart like that. That's amazing. Oh, what I wouldn't give to have an avian friend like that. Well, I'm still gonna be doing a lot of traveling after this, I figure, so I can't really drag Russell along with me. But I bet Russell wouldn't mind being pals with a nice lady in Frisco who helped save the train. What do you think, Russ? Russell caws again and flaps over to perch next to the lady. He lightly pecks her shoulder in a friendly manner. Come on. My goodness, how could I refuse? It's a pleasure to meet you, Russell. My name's Annabelle. Awesome. I'll let you know when we're ready. Yay! I knew it was worth it to free Russell. Annabelle and Russell seem to be getting along famously. Yay! Another sip of tea. This man is too busy ignoring his daughter to not ignore you. This little girl is peering out of the window of the train, clearly bored out of her mind. Hi there, busy? No, all my toys and friends are in our luggage and it's boring and I hate it. Do you want to help me out with something really important? Huh? Like what? Well, a bad guy took over the engine car and I need some people to help me break down the door and arrest him. What? Lady, I'm just a little girl. Hey now, that's not a good attitude. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do anything just because you're a girl. Okay, yeah, we'll bust that crook's face in. Wow, that's the spirit. But you gotta pay me in advance. Geez, you're learning a little too fast. Alright, what do you want? I like stuffed animals. Big plush owl? Wow, she's great. She takes the owl and gives it a big hug. Okay, lady, say the word and we'll show that jerk what for. Awesome. Okay. So I think I got everyone that I can... Alright, let's do this. You pound on the door to the locomotive, or engine car, or cab, or whatever. Open up, Norton. No. Alright, then I'm coming in. Oh yeah? You in what army, lady? You glance back at the passengers. Just me, you crazy old bastard. Me and this army. You and the passengers break down the door very impressively, though it would have been even better if you had had some torches and those old-fashioned rakes. Norton is backed up into the corner of the engineer's compartment, next to the engineer, looks over his shoulder at you and shrugs. So-called Emperor Norton, you're under arrest for the crime of being a total ass. That's not illegal. It is when I'm in town. Everybody grab him. Except you, Mr. Engineer. I can see you're busy driving the train. Right. Actually, if you could turn around and head back to Frisco at the next station, that'd be great. No problem. Ow, let go. This isn't over. You haven't heard the last of me. Tell it to the judge, Norton. The prison judge. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. You did it. Thanks, boss. No problem. We got the track laid up right up to the station now. First ever cross-territory railroad, thanks to the Manifest Destiny Railroad Company, and principally you. You did a real good job, Emi McGee. Aw, shucks, don't mention it. Hee. So, Frisco Station. So you can, depending on the different choices you've made during the game and which side quests you've completed, you can get different ending cutscenes. And by the way, you can still keep playing even after this is over. Yeah. When the cutscene is over, you'll still be right here and you can keep playing if you want. It's like somebody on that train got a job as a projectionist. Would you like to watch this movie? It's free because movies have only recently been invented. Nobody has figured out that they can charge for them yet. Okay, doing this will not change anything about the world or your character. Show me the show. Show me the final cutscene. Some folks say endings don't matter. But other folks, they like to know how things turn out. Consequences of their actions like. The train's running again. Frisco thrived. People came from all over to seek their fortunes. But thanks to you, they didn't have to do it while on fire because some cow attacked their wagon. Yay! With the railroad completed and Norton ousted, Smee found himself out of a job but in of an opportunity. After being elected mayor, he managed the growth and infrastructure of Frisco with compassion and pragmatism. In 1944, Frisco was named Most Reasonable City by the Tuesday Evening Post. Yay! Good job, Smee. City Hall. Good job. After you got settled in, Gary climbed to the top of the tallest building in Frisco and shot spores every which way. They say his descendants still roam the West to this day. So many Garys. Yay! After she finished getting the bakery boys up and running, Louise moved to Frisco and opened her own shop, specializing in artisanal breads and pies. Yay! Kurtz left the fort and set up shop in Frisco. His fitness group skyrocketed in popularity. The growth was entirely due to word of mouth, because the first rule of Kurtz Fit is that you cannot stop talking about Kurtz Fit. Kurtz till it hurts. No Kurtz pain, no Kurtz gain. I love it. The performers you sent to Dirtwater formed the greatest band in the history of music. The perfect union of percussion, strings, and technology. They immediately secured their place in the cultural history of Loathing. Their songs were innovative. Their stage presence was spectacular. The liner notes on their albums were extremely clever and interesting. They called themselves the Aristocrats. Yeah! Woohoo! Woohoo! You solved all of Redwood's problems. With the increase in morale and civic resources, they were able to clear the weeds from the road and fix the well and the broken hitching post. There's even enough left over to give the mayor's office a new coat of paint, refresh the facade on the buttery biscuit, and add a second story to the bunkhouse. They even managed to get that horse into rehab. Yeah! Nailed it! Hooray! Olive Garden and Cactus Bill lived happily ever after. They even had a few young'uns. Yay! Chuck continued to run his blood and breakfast without accident, scandal, or allegation for many years. You won 4 of the reenactment scenarios at Fort Memoriam. They still talk about you. Remember when that Emi gal came through here? Yeah, she was really, really good at this game. With your help, Roy Bean's Jelly Bean Museum became the talk of the town. Well, first they had to build a town nearby, but once they did, hooey! Yeah! Dirtwater became, relatively speaking, a thriving metropolis. Thanks to your efforts as a commerce ambassador, an all-around helpful stranger, the once sleepy town became a shining oasis in a barren land. Every man, woman, and child in the town knew your name. They even put up a little plaque with your name on it in your old room at the Jewel. Yay! Do-do-do-do-do-do. As for you, after your adventure, you settled in Frisco and bought a very long, very narrow house. You filled it with souvenirs of your exploits, started an antique hat rack collection. When you left home, you told Rufus you wanted to help people. Over the course of your adventure, you helped 64 people. You weren't whistling Dixie when you declared your intentions. If you had been Catholic, they definitely would have sainted you if you had asked, but you wouldn't have asked because you wouldn't want to be any trouble. Yay! So this shows any hats that you've collected, and any empty ones means that there are still hats that you haven't found yet. Ooh. In 1906, all of the remaining cows in the West were simultaneously activated by some kind of signal from hell. They thundered east, forming a gigantic, single-minded herd. Fortunately, since you somehow managed to trap Duke Bovicus on this side of the ground and cleanse yourself of your bovine blood taint, the army of cows had nobody to lead them. They thundered east in a chaotic mass. Nobody to lead them. The disorganized herd never even made it to a human settlement. Woohoo! Thanks to your cleverness, the world is not destroyed 420 years later. On the contrary, it remains undestroyed for millennia. Future generations don't know that they should thank you, but they definitely should. It has to do with containing Roberto. Thank you for playing. We did it! Yay! I think there's only one thing in there that could have been improved. If you find a weather machine, you can make it rain in certain areas, and that will give Cactus Bill and Olive Garden even more children. But since I can still keep playing, I can still technically do that. Yay! Beta testers. We did it! Yay! So, the end. Yay! We did it! Yay, 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 yay. Howdy, miss. Yay! Okay, so I think next time we will do the DLC. Woohoo! Come across the corpse of a cowboy. How do you know it's the corpse of a cowboy? Well, you see by his outfit that he is a cowboy. You see by his lack of flesh that he is a corpse. Give him proper burial. Dig a grave and put the cowboy's remains in it. It's the least I could do. Whew. Okay. Alright, so the thing I'd like to do next would be to do a playthrough of Skyrim, where I play as a sneaky Khajiit doing the Dark Brotherhood and Thieves Guild stuff. But I need to make sure all my mods are in order first. So while I take care of that on the side, we'll be doing the DLC for this game. Woohoo! And we'll do the Skyrim playthrough afterward. Yay! I hope you enjoyed the main story, and please look forward to the DLC next time. Hehehe. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a very comfy night. Bye!